All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our subject, multicultural diversity in the workplace for tourism professionals. So we are talking about diversity champions. We are to learn different success stories from the people who championed the odds and made a name in the hospitality industry. So what a good way to seek inspiration from these people, no? So let us begin our discussion by learning about this or taking inspiration from this quotation. Okay, diversity is the mix, inclusion is making the mix work. This is according to Andres Tapia. So what can you say about this quotation? May I hear it from our audience? May I hear it from Mr. Mozo? What can you say about this quotation? Diversity is the mix. Inclusion is making the mix work because diversity and inclusion are two different things, no? If you take a look into the context of the photo that you see that the M&M candies are composed of different colors. So we call that diversity. But what about inclusion? We say inclusion is making the mix work. What can you infer from that quotation? May I hear from Mr. Mozo? Or how about, may I hear it from Ms. Gieres?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
Ms.
sir.
Gieres.
For me po, diversity is inclusion of mix po.
Uh-huh.
Katulad na nga lang po nung example nyo sa M&M candies na iba't ibang color. Ibig sabihin lang po na kahit magkakaiba po tayo, included pa rin po tayo sa isang group or parang nagmi-mix po tayo dun. So, yung diversity, yung pagiging diverse po natin as a person ay hindi po dapat siya reason para hindi ka maging included sa isang group or sa workplace po.
That's right. So, kumbaga, if we take a look into reference na tayo yung iba't ibang kulay ng M&M candies, but when we put that all together in one bag, that's inclusion. It's making the mix work because as a human being, parang we live in a world that we are composed of heterogeneous individual and we're trying to make the na mag for that mix to work together, and that is called inclusion. And let's take a look into this second um, quotation by Maya Angelou, one of the well-known poet. We all should know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry. And we must understand that all of the threads of the tapestry are equal value no matter what their color. May I hear it from Mr. Clado? Mr. Clado, are you here?
Pero wala daw po si Plado.
Wala pa. All right, may I hear it?
Nag-chat po sa Viber.
Mm-hmm. May I hear it from any volunteer who would like to share their thoughts on the quotation by Maya Angelou? Miss Gayona, would you like to share your thoughts on the quotation of Maya Angelou? It's a beautiful quotation. And Maya Angelou is a well-known poet. What can you say about that? Can you share your thoughts? Miss Gayona? Please open your microphone. Oh, how about Mr. Mopas?
Sir,
Yes.
can you repeat the sir? Tanong po.
All right. So the quotation of Maya Angelou says,
Haba kasi.
yeah, we all should know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry. And we must understand that all of the threads of the tapestry are equal in value no matter what their color is. Tapestry means like it's fabric. Kumbaga, para mabuo mo yung isang tela, di ba? Parang it needs different colors of sinulid or threads. So in reference to that, ano ang, in real life, how can you explain that quotation?
Para sa akin, sir, kumbaga po ay ang nagko-compose po ng isang society ay parang iba-iba po ang diversity, sir. So, hindi po makukumpleto ang isang pagkakaiba. Kasi kung pare-parehas po lahat ay parang iisa lang yung ano nila, sir, yung ang tawag dito. Hindi ko.
Yeah, you're
Basta yan, sir, yun na lang.
I got your point. So, kumbaga, kung kanina, parang ang reference point natin is, ang bawat isa is parang iba't ibang kulay ng M&Ms. Ngayon naman, with Maya Angelou, we are different threads with different personality. Pero pag pinag-combine mo siya, we are able to produce one beautiful tapestry or one beautiful piece of fabric that makes us work together, di ba? Yung tinatawag na diversity and inclusion.
Sir.
All right. So with that in mind, we are now to proceed in featuring the different diversity champion in which you have research. So, parang hindi ako nag-share screen kanina, ano?
Hindi po, sir.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So, ayan. I am screen sharing now. Are you able to see my PowerPoint presentation?
Yes po.
Okay. So we are to begin with the different champions or personality in the hospitality industry who were able to champion age diversity. So ibig sabihin, these are some of the achievers who are able to make a name in the industry. Some have started so young, some naman started late in their career, pero they have become successful. So let me begin with Logan Golef, who is a TV personality, cookbook author, and entrepreneur, owner of the Logan's Underground Supper Club. He's the winner of the MasterChef Junior Season 2. Let me just mention some of his notable achievements na sobrang nakaka-proud, no? In 2016, Golef was listed in Time Magazine's 30 most influential teens as a rising star in the culinary world. Logan started cooking at the age of 2. So imagine 2 years old pa lang, he's starting to discover his fullest potential. Logan has won several food competitions, including the one which took him to the White House to meet the President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. In 2013, he became the first and only judge to complete the training course given by the Memphis World Championship Barbecue Committee as a certified judge. He also judged the International Young Chef Olympiad in India in 2017. In 2015, Logan became a finalist in Shorty Awards for recognition in producing real-time short-form content in the food category along with his social media platforms and was named the next great Southern cook in America. And as an author, he won the Gourmand World Cookbook Award for the best new cookbook. Imagine at such a young age, ang dami na niyang na-achieve. So age is actually not an issue para ma-achieve mo yung pangarap mo. So let's take a look into some other personality na who have become champion in their respective fields. So I believe that Miss Salubayba will share something about his report on Marcus Samuelson. Please turn on your camera and microphone and share to us about Marcus Samuelson. Mitzi?
Yes po.
Yes.
Marcus Samuelsson was a utopian Swedish chef and restaurateur, head chef of Rig Roaster in Harlem, New York, an award-winning celebrity chef, restaurateur, cookbook author, and food activist. Guest chef at the White House under the Obama administration, became executive chef of Aquabit at just 24 years old, and soon after became the youngest chef to receive a 3-star restaurant review from the New York Times. Marcus Samuelsson was adopted by a nurse, a Sweden nurse, who take care of them while they are in the hospital. And since then, Marcus Samuelsson, nagbago na po yung pamumuhay nila from pagkain, iba na. Then yung pangalan din po ni Marcus Samuelsson is nagbago na. Ang dating pangalan niya is Kasahun Trijik. At the year 2009, he serves as a guest in the first state dinner of Obama. And it becomes successful. After that, nung nagtatrabaho siya sa Aquabit, New York City, nagplano siya na magtayo ng sarili niyang business. Pero 29 times siyang naging rejected. Naging rejected siya nung 29 times. But in the year 2010, he opened his own restaurant called Red Rooster in Harlem. Then, noong 2011 po is nagkaroon sila ng fundraising dinner for Democratic National Committee. And nag-raise po siya ng $1.5 million. And the year 2012, nagtayo siya ng bagong restaurant na tinatawag na Kitchen and Table. 2015, nag-open siya ng second Harlem restaurant. At the same year, nag-open din po siya ng Marcus Restaurant in Bermuda. At the year 2016, Marcus at MGM National Harbor po.
Okay, so what we can note on the achievement of Marcus Samuelsson is, since we're featuring him as someone who championed age diversity, is at such a young age of 24. Imagine, parang fairly fresh graduate from college, and yet he was able to become or to have that highest position in the kitchen, di ba? Parang we have learned naman that executive chef is the highest position that you could ever have in the kitchen operations, and that's really something. And considering the other achievements that he has, you know, being able to prepare for the President Obama and becoming an award-winning celebrity chef, establishing your own restaurant, and having your own cookbook is really notable. All right, so thank you, Ms. Salubayba, for that report. Next, we are to learn further. Another champion in terms of age is Nimi Imad Darwich. So may I call on Ms. Pabellosa to discuss about our next champion.
Yes po, sir.
Yeah. One moment, I'll just pull up. Ayan. All right, so what can you share? Oh, my PowerPoint is not working for a while. All right, so while I'm fixing my PowerPoint, can you go on with your
Mr. Nimi Imadarwich, who is a 35-year-old as of now, 2020, founder and CEO of Jana Hotels and Resorts. He has 17 years of experience in the hospitality. And at the age of 20, he shared to his friend about his vision in his work that by the age of 22, he will be a food and beverage manager, but his friends just laughed at him. But after 2 years, he really did become an F&B manager and the youngest F&B manager in Middle East during that time. And after he became an F&B manager at the age of 22, he told his coworkers that by the time he reached the age of 25, he's going to be a general manager. But once again, they all just laughed at him because for them, he's too young to reach that kind of position. But with his persistence and determination, he really did become a general manager. But then, a few years after, he resigned as a general manager and he put together his own team along with passionate people. And by 2013, Jana Hotels and Resort, which was founded by Mr. Darwish, uh, debuted. He was between at the age of 28 or 29 during that time. And as of today, his group managed 9 properties across Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, and Sharjah. His first hotel was once a dream that blossomed in the Liwa Desert of UAE, and now it's one of the fastest growing hotel chains in the world. Jana Hotels and Resorts is a multi-awarded brand, garnering recognition from the World Luxury Hotel Rewards, Hot Grandeur Global Hotel Rewards, and the Middle East Hospitality Awards. He also always motivates his employees like empowerment and belief to themselves because belief creates determination. His
yes.
success on career is not based on his age.
Okay, although we are featuring Imad Darwich as champion when it comes to age, mentioned on the last part of our slide that his success on career was not based on his age, but what we can infer is that at such a young age, imagine 31 years old and you are already a CEO of a big company is something. And also considering that he started as a dishwasher at the age of 20 is really remarkable, no? So that's really something na in-inspire tayo ni Imad Darwich. All right, so next champion is Colonel J. Sanders with Mr. Milarpes. Mr. Milarpes, can you report the notable achievements of Colonel J. Sanders of your favorite KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken? Yes, please turn on your microphone. You're still on mute. Yan, nakamute pa yung iyong microphone. Yan, you're good to go. I'm sorry, I think that we can't hear you. Are you speaking now? We can't hear you. There's no audio. Can we fix your audio? All right, well, we are fixing. We are to continue. So as everyone knows that Colonel J. Sanders is the founder of KFC or your favorite Kentucky Fried Chicken. And why do we include Colonel J. Sanders as part of the diversity champion. In our previous personality, we were featuring that they started their success at such a young age. However, in contrary, Colonel J. Sanders started with a boom in his career in the food service industry or in the restaurant industry very late. It wasn't until age 40 that Sanders began selling chicken dishes in a service station. So he tried to franchise his restaurant. His recipe was rejected 1,009 times before anyone accepted it. Imagine, ganon ka daming beses na disapprove yung kanyang recipe before we are able to enjoy the delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken that we came to appreciate now. The Sanders secret recipe was coined Kentucky Fried Chicken and quickly became a hit. However, the booming restaurant was crippled when an interstate opened nearby, so Sanders sold it and pursued his dream of spreading KFC franchises and hiring KFC workers all across the country. After years of failures and misfortune, Sanders finally hit it big. KFC expanded and internationally, and he sold the company for $2 million. If you're overwhelmed by rejection or discouraged by setbacks, remember the story of Colonel Harland Sanders, who was fired from multiple jobs, ruined his legal career. He was set back by the Great Depression, fires, and World War II, yet he still created one of the largest fast food chains in the world. And Sanders wouldn't let anything or anyone defeat him. We should all be more like Colonel Sanders besides the fighting, age, and getting fired apart. So definitely this is not just about the age. No, we can take inspiration from the many times of failure. Sabi nga, it does not matter yung number of times that you fail, but what matters is the number of times that you stood up and fight for your dream. And we should not be bitter on comparing the success, our own success, with the success of others, because who knows that we are that destined to be successful at a certain age. Some may have been successful very early on their career, but for some medyo malilate, pero we have to be a little more patient when it comes to reaching our goals and our dreams and aspirations. So, Maui, okay na ang iyong, Mr. Milarpes, okay na ang iyong audio?
Hello po.
Yes, can you just
Hello po.
summarize? Because I have already discussed.
Yes,
Ano
sir.
yung natutunan mo sa storya ni Colonel J. Sanders?
Bali,
Yeah, can you open your camera? Ayan, there.
sa search ko po, sir, is si Colonel J. Sanders po ay isang military. Kaya po siya tinawag na colonel kasi po siya ay nag-retired bilang colonel o colonel po. Tapos nagsimula po siyang magtinda ng nagka po siyang magtinda ng fried chicken or Kentucky Fried Chicken sa gas station po. Tapos ang totoong pangalan po ni Colonel J. Sanders po is Harland David Sanders. Kaya bale sa panahon po ngayon, ang KFC po talaga is ang pangalan po ay Kentucky Fried Chicken, pero mga parang pinapaikli na lang po nila kasi masyado pong mahaba yung Kentucky Fried Chicken, kaya po naging KFC. Tapos po
pero
at the age of
matutunan natin sa storya niya?
Bali sir, para po sa akin, kahit po matanda na siya, parang pinagpatuloy niya po yung kanyang business kahit po matanda na siya. Yun po ang para sa akin.
Yes, that is correct. And kumbaga hindi dapat hihinto yung pag-achieve natin sa ating mga pangarap even matanda na tayo, kasi parang sabi nga sa Abraham Harold, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, dire-diretso pa rin, because people have a never-ending yearning to achieve for our dreams. So, dire-diretso lang. Wag, minsan, madedelay yung pangarap natin pero wag tayong susuko. So, I guess that's something that we all learn from the story of the founder of KFC, Colonel J. Sanders. So, thank you, Mr. Milarpes. All right.
Yes po. Thank you po.
Thank you. All right. So those were the success stories from our diversity champion. And on our next session, we are to learn further champions when it comes to gender. All right. So thank you very much.